I don't know.
No, I like your naming convention.
Thank you. I like my complete lack of naming convention. It's just to let you know that if you had expectations, if you should be just as arbitrary and unfulfilling as these titles. Like, so I will post the link in the thingy. And the thing. I really worry about I never pay attention to YouTube because I just upload shit so that I can find it. So, like, I didn't realize that I had, like, 850 subscribers, and I just worry, like, are 850 people getting a notification that, like...
They are not, because I'm subscribed to your channel and I don't get one.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a wise choice on YouTube's part.
I think they have to actively turn on notifications. Which
let's not advertise how to do that. Okay, because the bot that Fallon made of my account tweeted something today about Adam Malin and tentacle porn. So
I love that bot.
I like that bot more than I like me. Like, I like the Botivist account more than the Poptivist account. It's like, that's good reading right there. Hi, Sarah. I feel like we need, like, background music or something. It looks like I have, like, coffee or something. I don't, but it's just straight vodka. So what have we got, Pineapple?
What have we got in regards to what?
Well, we just talked about a list of...
I thought we were bringing in our...
She hasn't responded yet.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about... Yes, go ahead.
No, I'm just like, I'm not reacting to you. I'm just actively being, like, struggle manifest kind of thing. This is just like Beep Goes the Struggle Bus in action. I don't know what I'm reacting to. I'm just struggling.
Gawain is here. Hello. And Sarah.
A proper radio hostess. What I was prompting Pineapple for was like, okay, so originally we were going to do a Kings of Con based podcast called Things of Con, right? And we're like, we're going to dry run this. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're just going to dive right in. Which turned out like we did dive in, like, really deep. Then we stayed there and went all over the place. And, like, sure, Kings of Con came up, but, like, shit got real deep and real confusing and then very stressful and then exciting. And then, like, just it keeps happening. It turns out that live streaming in this way, because it lets some people talk at a time, but other people also engage and, like, switch out. It's super addictive and really cathartic and, like, kind of dangerous. So the long and short of it is we didn't get to the point where we were a podcast about Kings of Con so much. It's just like a multifaceted multimedia train wreck. But we're working on it, and we figured we would just still work on making that Things of Con thing happen while we're here, because why not? And while we're waiting for Christina to show up with whatever the fuck we were going to talk about, which might be right here in a minute.
Because the other thing we were doing, this turned into over the weekend, was con coverage, like kind of like a sport commentary. As that was the comparison that Mr. Loa made.
He's gonna love that.
And we had field correspondents at Jax Con coming in to stream to tell us what was going on, and it felt very exciting. We were discussing what was going on in Jax Con tag and who we could pull in, and it was all very, very...
It was amazing. Accidental radio show was fantastic. Or like, I don't even know what it was. We were like a news station. Like, you could have the jokey field correspondent designation, but like, it literally was that, and I've never been like so validated in my entire life. This is so fucking cool.
It was like, breaking news, we now have photos of the karaoke costumes.
It was fantastic.
I only wish screen share worked better on this, because that would make it...
Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck is up with no videos? Well, we're waiting for Christina actually, cause she just responded. She said, "Sure, I'm a bit gross in a post-con plague way, but as long as you don't mind, well, we're all shit shows here, so you're gonna fit in." Hi, Christina.
She is muted.
Oh, she looked so offended too. Unmute. Showing. No. Struggling. Is she still muted?
Yes.
I'm okay.
One.
Give me a sec.
Oh, no, now she's not.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
I'm like cold. Goodness, none of you are like. So.
I see a Christina made of about 6 pixels at the moment. And I think I missed some of your audio. Can we try again? Say literally anything.
Hello. I'm here.
Cool.
I don't know why.
I think it's caught up with itself. I think it's caught up with itself.
Okay.
Is it working for you guys? You good?
Close it.
They don't even know I'm talking to them. Okay. So you had I looked at the chat, that was a problem. You were at Jax Con and we're gonna call in and be like, this is what the fuck was happening, but you were having a way better time. I don't remember if you were super tired or drunk, but either way I was like, more power to you. That's fantastic. Did we just lose?
I'm trying to think of a good way to say this. You know, that this was my 8th con. Don't, you know, and I've had better and I've had worse.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned at this point to say fuck it when I know there's going to be something that's going to annoy me and just not or get over it. I mean, I'm trying to think of something. Everyone felt really tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anyone was at DC Con this year, and that was a similar tired feel. Like at least for J2, they were, and R2M and DC, everyone just felt like exhausted. But that was at the end of the con season. And the reason I loved Jacksonville so much last year was that there was a lot of energy. There was a lot going on. Everyone was so excited to be back. And that energy just wasn't there this year. And I don't know if that's a combination of what was happening that weekend beyond just the convention. Obviously, there was a lot of other things going on. And I think Misha himself said in his panel, you know, I'm distracted. My mind is elsewhere, which, like, legit.
We wouldn't actually know that, funnily enough, because as far as I know, we still don't, no, we can't.
I think the only panel we have is J2 Gold.
Yeah, so we have no idea what Misha said.
Yeah,
we're in that place.
So if you'd want to recap.
So yeah, no, I mean, at one point as he came out in his panel, and he basically was like, you know, there's, you know, March is happening right now. The inauguration happened yesterday. Like, I am distracted. Like, if I don't seem like I'm present.
Yeah.
And like he admitted it and said it, which is, I wasn't, you know, all weekend either. So, Jared and Jensen just felt exhausted, and like looking at my pictures, I have none that they don't look like they want to go to bed.
Oh.
No fault of their own. Jensen just had babies. Like, those things they suck the life out of you. And Jared had been filming till like 4 a.m. the day before. So like, it was just a different experience than I had. It was just a very different feeling from the guests themselves than we did last year.
Mm-hmm. I also got that vibe last year. Like, yeah, it was so clear that everyone was so excited, and they'd had like a second to rest. And
yeah, I mean, I just remember like even on Sunday being like so overwhelmed by the level of excitement everyone had.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guests, the fans themselves, even like the creation, volunteers and staff and everything. Everyone was just like pumped, ready to go.
Yeah.
Things out, and that just wasn't there at all this year.
So we saw there was so little of anything that we have seen of this convention. Like I know that SBN Cowgirl was there, and fucking bless her heart, because she covers everything. She gets nothing for it, kind of thing. But that aside, we saw 2 pictures, and I've been like kind of fishing for commentary from people who were there. One from karaoke and one from SNS. And karaoke was there was the like roped off line holding people about 3 feet back from the stage. And for SNS, it looked like that it was like crazy far away. But again, when there's so little coming out of it, it's easy to lose.
So
did that happen? What do you think?
So as for I've never done the sides of, I've never stood for Saturday Night Special, so I don't know away, but I didn't notice it being any further than like, well, let's compare, right? So I was in the front row for this con and for New Jersey. And the sides, I would say, from what I saw, were about the same, but the distance between the stage and the rows themselves was a huge difference. In New Jersey, there was.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So like the difference between which was in New Jersey and where the stage was in Jacksonville to the front row was probably a good like an extra 4 or 5 feet. There's a huge gap. I felt very far away. However, they definitely sold a lot less seats in Jacksonville this year than they did last year. It felt like the entire hall was a lot emptier.
We saw a picture of somebody that's sitting in row G. So that's
I mean, not even empty seats. Just like they had removed seats from the sides and from the back. Which is what they did. Which in DC they did the same thing. They advertised they had all these seats, and then suddenly like everything went off. Everything was taken off the website, so it looked like it was sold out. But when you got there, all the seats were still sold out. They're changing the way from. I haven't done. I didn't do any. I didn't like sit there and count the seats. They from what I can tell, they're saying that they're sold out. But they're just removing seats to make it feel so. The hall itself, I mean, New Jersey is a difficult thing to compare it to because the hall itself was smaller. There's like a 500-person difference in capacity.
I think I'm losing some of your audio. Is that just me? Pineapple, is that cutting out, or am I?
It's cutting out for me too.
Okay, I think I'm still tracking. I just want to let you know. Not that it actually helped. Sorry, continue.
Don't repeat anything.
Okay.
I don't know if it's my computer or my internet or whatever. So I would say it's hard to compare the two seatings. New Jersey was, I believe, 500 people smaller capacity-wise. That specific ballroom than Jacksonville was.
Yeah.
And I tend to go to the East Coast cons, which are just in general smaller. So there's definitely DC. We were on top of the stage. I was in row, and I was closer than I was this weekend in row A. So
yeah, San Francisco was like uncomfortably close to the
exactly.
You never actually mind, but it's like I feel like I'm having a little more intimate interaction than either was planned for. But and I don't know if those two things are necessarily related. Like it, but again, once all a picture is fucking powerful. If that's all you get, these are these two scenarios that we're so used to seeing, and there's a distinct similarity here, which is removal. And I'd heard that for karaoke, that it was for the benefit of the guests that they have a little breathing room. And as we were hearing about this, like while the con was happening, I was very frustrated because I feel like, one, being able to act like a regular human with these other humans that you happen to see, like that's the draw of that. It's not like hyper regulated and it's not like strictly hierarchical, but like, if the stage was too low, okay, we deal. If it's too high, we deal. And also when people get on stage like that, well, now they're next to him, so what the fuck is the difference? But
yeah,
I've heard since then that it's I'm gonna like lead us down a dark path here and try to keep it really brief, but basically that for the guest comfort, because there's been issues like groping, maybe a little more frequently than has been talked about a lot.
yeah.
And that really fucking sucks. If that's what the guests need to feel okay. But on the other hand, I feel like, one, it's Creation Entertainment's job to, instead of say like sometimes that there have been some assholes in our crowd. What should we do? Push the entire crowd away? No. What you should do is step on stage and say, "Don't fucking grope people."
Yeah.
To the people that are in the room then, because if you're creating an environment, and not on purpose, where any type of sexual assault happens, but you're too shy to address that it happens and instead try to lower the likelihood that it can, that's cowardice, it's irresponsible, and unethical, in my opinion. But probably, somebody needs to say that to them for them to say to us.
There needs
That's
to
my
be
tangent.
consequences for fans to do that too.
It really fucking does. That is.
It's assault.
I can't believe that we need to say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How is it a reality that they have to deal with at their job? Like, that should not be a work hazard.
Yeah, and it's also like, sorry, go on, Christina.
It's okay. So last year, someone I was with reminded me that last year there was a barrier at karaoke as well, and about 30 seconds in, Rich said, "Why is there a barrier?"
Yeah.
So the stage was really low, but there's precedence for that barrier being there, but it also was removed by the guests on the stage.
Right.
And that didn't happen.
This was a choice. This was a choice.
Yeah, it was a decision to leave it there, which is, and I saw this a lot. Yes, that too.
Like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm emphasizing that for a reason.
Oh, no, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think I saw it. Oh, and I think that there's in general, there's this attitude that because we're spending this money to see them, that it is okay to do these things and say these things to them. And I've seen it in the Facebook groups, and I've seen it in some other things that I heard happened this weekend. And I think that I don't want to place entirely blame on the rising prices, but I think that it both keeps people away from the actors and from the guests themselves. There's this bigger barrier to get to them.
Literal, yeah.
And it's like a literal, like physical, like you can't pay that money to see them, so find a different way to do it. And it's also like along with that, it's when you do, like, you have agents for them a little bit more. Spends $1,000.
30 seconds or so.
Sorry. So you
do you have
so
the
it's
do you have the YouTube
people.
muted?
I don't think I'm gonna have it open. So
okay. Random feedback then. Sorry, go ahead.
My room is not good for sound. I wonder if I close this, if that will help.
I think you can lower the resolution of your, even though it doesn't have to be.
Yep. Sorry. Computers
no.
are.
It's
I'm
already
actually relatively good at computers.
No, it's not you. It's a platform. It already sounds better, but we lost you at people paying this amount of money for the thing. So
yeah. So so I think it's a combination, right? You're like there's a barrier, so it makes it feel like this unobtainable thing and that you have to do anything to get. You feel like, well, I've spent that money to be here. I'm able to do whatever I want. And I heard other stories this weekend, and and like about similar things happening. And I've just seen in general that the guests themselves try to step back a little bit. I feel like I was saying this to someone else. My first few cons, I literally would accidentally run into Rich because I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. I haven't seen him do that in 3 or 4 cons,
Yeah.
Misha used to come into the vendor's room every single con. I don't think he did in the past 3 I've been to. You would see there was just a lot more organic sightings per se, and it's just not something I see at all anymore.
Yeah.
And if they're feeling like if they're feeling that they're being maybe not as far as sexually assaulted, but treated
boundaries,
as objects,
boundaries violated. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I don't blame them. So.
Yeah, but I think there's also the thing where, and it's so tough to discuss because it's a combination of things happening. Like we don't get to we like have this communication with people there and people watching at the time. So there's that, and there's the fact that creation almost never communicates with us in any meaningful way. So is like people are being pushed back and they don't know why. All they know is that they're literally now in a in a little like fenced off area 3 feet away that's obvious and awkward and nobody's talking about it.
That's the thing. Like either creation, like and coming from creation at this point, I don't think it's going to be like meaningful in any way. Like if they say, well, the actors asked for this, 50%, I can't tell if they're lying or not at this point. I don't know. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt always. Like I try because I do enjoy a lot of their staff members and a lot of their regular volunteers. I like as people. I like to talk to them. They do good jobs. I feel like they want to help me. Yeah. But like their voiceless emails about, well, the actors have really requested this. Who the fuck knows? Like, sorry.
No, please.
And I feel like at this point it needs to come from, that people on stage. They need to have that conversation with us as fans. If that's a bigger part of what's happening than people are realizing, I think that's a conversation that needs to happen at the beginning, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're up here. We want to interact with you as people, not as actors to fans.
I don't think it's their job to say it though, to be honest.
I don't think it is either, but I think that if it's not going to continue down this road, I think that's the only person that people are going to listen to.
That's really tough.
That's where I think. I totally understand.
I can't imagine being that person, Like I can't imagine.
Yeah, no, I that's the problem, right? Like, it's a really difficult thing to do, and I don't think they're going to get the support from creation to do that.
Yeah.
So,
Pineapple, what do you think?
They really, really do need to have just be more vocal about the inappropriate boundary crossing and groping, and not the actors, but creation. They need to.
Yeah.
Like, how is that acceptable? How does this keep? Like, how the concept been going on for so long? How is this normal? How is this normalized?
I think there is this there's such a strong aversion to any kind of accountability or any kind of discomfort, that they don't even know how to do this anymore. Like if your reaction to, like, I just don't know how this makes sense. You have one drunk asshole who does the drunk asshole thing. Things we should address: assholery, right? And we should, and there's one, right? So we should react to one, as opposed to, well, these people are drinking, there's a potential for one of them to be an asshole. Let's silently react to, like, not say anything, just like somehow hopefully they read our minds when we confuse them and push them away. Like, I just
have consequences. Cut that person's wristband off if they
and it
grope
should be
someone.
like,
Should be automatic out of
it's
the
easy to
con.
do it on accident. It's easy to make someone uncomfortable on accident if you are not self-aware and you have this assumed relationship. However, when it comes to shit like the J2 autos, right? And they keep responding, even though with increasing, like, you know, they've been a little more conversant than when it started out. Like, they keep saying due to their schedules. Horse fucking shit. Everybody knows that it's because Jared has his AKF campaign that's had an effect on a lot of people, and there was such an open avenue for people to connect with him emotionally that they unintentionally overwhelmed him, even though they were just trying to share, and autographs created an app, like a fucking forum for that. And he needed some space. They had to hire fucking trauma, like, counselors for his autographs. Why are we still lying about this? And I asked, and they said it's to protect the actors, to not upset the fans. You know what? Some shit in life is upsetting.
Yeah.
And you still watch those autos happen, and it's like a crying factory. They come, they go in, and like coming out or bawling their eyes out, which is, I feel bad because it's not a good experience for the actors. And like, how is this still happening if we're trying to mitigate it, you know? But sorry, that just reminded me of that.
I don't know why, like, suppressing anything slightly negative is a way to do anything. Like, when you're responsible for people's safety, you can't.
And that's and that's the thing. Like, they treat everyone like they're going to be that problem, right?
Yes.
And like constantly, and that was my biggest problem all weekend long, is that every single volunteer that didn't know who I was, and not that I'm a big deal or anything, but there are volunteers that are at everyone, and that I try to talk to everyone. I try to be nice to everyone. Yeah, every single volunteer that I did not recognize treated me like I was 5 years old the entire weekend. I'm like, I am an adult. I spent a fuck ton of money to be here, and I know what I'm doing. I obviously know what I'm doing, because I asked, we wanted to go to the Jacksonville March, and Misha Ops were at the same time. So we asked if we could be like first, like not the first in line, but in the front of the line. And we went to the photo op room to ask the volunteers in there first. And they were like, well, you know, we can only do it by number. That's how we're doing it. Not an answer. We know that you do it by number. Like, we just told you that you did it by number. Like, you had to think about it. If you don't know the answer, you should direct me to someone who does. And then I was like, fine, whatever. I'm gonna go talk. I talked to Jen and I talked to Stephanie, and they were like, yeah, sure, whatever. Tell them we said it was okay.
Yeah.
Because they treated me like an adult.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard, instead of like giving it make any sense and talking down to me because I asked for something that is not going to make my experience any different from anyone else's experience? It's not like I'm asking for special access or anything. I'm asking for permission to do something that is going to give me the same exact experience as someone else.
You're just fucking expediting for everybody, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, and like every single time I got into line, it was like, and I've heard the spiel over and over and over again, but it was like 5 years, it was like people were talking to me like I was 5 years old the entire time. And I was like, I know what I'm doing. You've seen me 6 times this weekend already. Like, and even if you hadn't, why does everyone need it to be treated?
Yeah. Yeah. So setting that aside for a moment, because God knows I could go
Yeah,
the fuck on
sorry.
about that. Is there anything else that you noticed about Jax Con, like this con for you? What stuck out to you, or what about it sets a tone for this year, or doesn't, or?
I think what really stuck out to me is this desire to make everything feel special, but not organic, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It happened at karaoke. It happened at a few times during panels and such as well. And it came from both creation and fans. But everyone wants everything to feel special, but the things that make cons feel special and feel different from other cons are things that organically happen.
Yep.
And Rich, Rob, and Matt are a huge example of this. They have a panel every single con, and I never feel like what they're doing gets old. I'm always excited to see them. I'm always excited to see those openings. Like, I know.
Yeah,
and I'm always and it always feels different. I've gone to 8 cons, and whenever I miss one of those, I am upset, and I feel like my con hasn't been complete. And it's the same 3 guys doing the same shtick every single time, but they make it fresh. But they do that on their own, and it's not something that they feel.
Mm-hmm. So what
not like
what felt like?
I'm trying to think of a good example of things that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have any like exact examples, but
Mm-hmm.
it just was like, it just felt like people were trying so hard to make things happen that had happened. Things that had happened forever. They were trying to repeat it just to make it feel like it was doing like we're
No
doing
pressure.
the last question song, for example, at the J2 panels. That's always fun. But like it was fun the first and now I'm like, okay, you all are just sort of like, we got to do this, we got to get it done.
Mm.
And I'm like, it was really, really cool the first few times. I'm like, up a little bit. Maybe new. I heard from fans, especially, who are like, we want to do this because it's going to make the con special. And I'm like, happens at every con. I know you're not at every single one. And maybe this was like to present someone. I'm trying not to use names or exactness to
I think
not make anyone.
we lost you for about 15 seconds.
Okay.
So I missed the part from fans doing X.
Fans were trying, like, fans last year at Jax Con, they did the whole kazoo thing, which was really, really cool. And this year they wanted to do it again, and I was like, okay. Like, even during it, I was like, okay, guys, like, they know what's happening. They, like,
yeah.
But there was such this pressure to make it special, to make it better than the next one and better than the last one.
It's like how people try to recreate the Misha apocalypse. You cannot.
I was just thinking that it only worked the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to stop people from wanting to do that, but I'm also like, it's for people who go to more than one con a year, it's exhausting.
It is awkward.
And yeah, that too. And I'm like the most awkward person. I'm like, you can tell when it's awkward in the room because I'll like hide in my hair and like won't look at anyone.
I'm the same. I mean, my face is in my phone. We're gonna pull in Camilla. Because we're gonna try to do this thing where we don't live stream for 8 fucking hours all night on a weeknight. But I would love for you to come back and talk again, because I know that when we talk about particularly creation, and I know talking about creation can really, really be just like a death spiral, horrible. But it's all things that are kind of essential to the way we communicate and how we interact. So, and I love your input on it. But we're gonna grab
whatever
Camilla here. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
It was decent. I had fun, and I think that if you're going, you can't go into every con thinking you're gonna have the same experience as your last one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's important to people, both guests and fans, to understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're sort of getting there. And give everyone a little bit of a break that's on stage sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Thank you. Please come back to us. We love you very much.
Absolutely. Let me know when you need me.
Oh yeah.
Hearts and such.
Bye, buddy.
All right. Bye.
I ejected her.
You really
Take
love
that, Christina.
You love that.
No, it's honestly it's that it's
It
that
avoids the awkward. How do I turn
it
this
does,
off?
and I'm so awkward already. Like it makes me an asshole because I am so awkward that I am anticipating other people being awkward, so I make it awkward. I just push the button. There's an eject button. If I had an eject button for like real life situations, that'd be me. Just boost your seat out
an
that
emergency
bitch.
shoot.
Yeah. Camilla, holy shit, buddy. How you doing? Yeah. So I was getting messages from you over the weekend about the con, and it was shit. And I was like, wait a minute, I want to hear more about that. And then we wouldn't like catch back up for 8 hours, and then everything would happen. And tell me all the things.
I like it.
Yes, Pineapple. Please don't let me talk over you because I will never run out of questions, and I'm an asshole.
Tell us what you wrote down. What do you want to talk about, Camilla?
Okay. It legit just looked different from that one photo. Okay. Cool. Hmm. Unless you were at San Fran, in which case, if they had an emergency, I could have filled in for any one of those actors' dermatologists. It's definitely close enough. We go. Holy fuck! We can't see or hear Cam. Oh
That's
fuck!
a problem.
Yeah, it is.
Are they just hearing us talk? Like half
Yeah,
the conversation?
they're just seeing us talk.
Cam's saying
So
really terrible
no,
things
it's me.
about
It's
you
me.
guys.
It's me. Hold on.
Talking to you guys instead of like the
Yeah,
world.
we're just reacting.
Yeah, you just see reactions.
Yeah, I recorded an interview for the documentary that way once, and I had no idea that it wouldn't pick up my voice as well. So the points where I'm talking, it's just Murphy like patiently listening, and there's like 2 minutes of silence, like.
Oh,
yeah.
it switches. Oh,
Yeah.
I see my face. Like I've got it pulled up on my desk on my laptop, but I'm on my phone. But it's being really weird.
It's
Okay,
stressful, isn't it?
You have the Google or you have the YouTube paused?
Yeah, I have it muted on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. Okay. It's it'll save you like RAM or whatever if you just pause it. Just fuck that. You don't it's like
Okay.
you can get it on, right? So should we like awkwardly recreate the conversation that the only
This is a live show.
Yeah.
Take 2, guys.
It's like when Rob's like, "Can we cut?" Nope.
No.
Or like that awkward last Kings of Conversation episode where like they had to like redo the opening like 5 times.
Yeah.
Did they actually redo that?
Yeah.
What?
They did it 3 times.
That
is bad.
The worst feeling in the world. Well, not as bad as like Silk Shirt, but like really bad. If you are that
Poor
person
Rob.
do it. I know, poor Mr.
I've
Rob.
never related more to Rob than in that moment.
I felt so fucking bad.
I know. I was like,
green cap. Like, what is happening to Rob's shirt? And everyone's like, oh, he's sweating.
Oh.
Don't make it clear. And I was like,
He's sweating.
Okay, I'll just. He's doing great. He's doing a good job.
It's okay, guys.
Everybody
He
good.
didn't wear silk after that.
Poor buddy.
Poor.
Poor Mr. Rob. So Jax Con. If you guys missed it, Cam was saying that the internet taught me to call you Cam. I called you Camilla because that's your fucking name. And eventually
The internet
just
taught
battered
me
into
to
it.
call myself Cam too, so it's okay.
Yeah, and Misha Collins, weirdly
And
enough.
Misha
We
fucking
also learned
Collins.
that from the internet. It's a pervasive place. But
Still-
Cam was saying that she was at JaxCon last year, and the front row is the exact same distance from the stage, so it was literally just like, you know, when we were reacting to it at the time, there's like, oh my god, there's a photo, guys, from the place where the thing is happening, and we're like fucking Dickensian orphans grasping at this little bit of shit that's coming out of the event that we can no longer see. So yeah, not weird.
That's true. No,
Mystery
no.
solved. What else happened? Shit that you wrote down, stuff that Christina was talking about.
At SNS, there were so many empty seats.
Oh.
It was ridiculous. I've never seen that few people.
Mm.
I wonder
There
if this
were-
relates to the prices having gone up because it's now $85. And if you
yeah.
don't know who Levin
And Cam's
Swain
really
is,
tuned into like who's like, or let me just put you on the spot, but like about like what you usually know about like how many people should or would be at a given con. Like this is smaller, this is like this is a good turnout, this is a bad turnout. What do you think?
So it wasn't like, yes, there was a huge effect on price. Like the price had a huge effect because the whole back of the room was empty. The last 30, 50, maybe 50 rows. No, there weren't 50 rows total. I was exaggerating, but like the last 20 rows completely empty. The sides on gold empty.
So Christina was saying that they kept saying that they were sold out, but they really just took chairs away.
Yeah. I don't know because I'm pretty sure it was the same setup as last year. And there were exact, like, it went to the back of the room. The chairs went to the back of the room, but like, again, there were so many empty ones. I took a video at one point because
That's why I love you. Because you know.
I know. The lights had come up. Misha was like talking to the crowd, and he was like, or he was trying to take a picture of the crowd, and they had turned the house lights up. And I was like, oh, opportunity. So I like dashed down the side and like took a video of the side of the room. And it's bad.
Somebody, I think Candace had sent me that photo of where y'all were at during the concert. And it was just so fucking rough because, like, I'm sure that I'm imagining this, but as we're watching the stage it, and Rob is, like, prompting the audience for a response, you can see in his face. It's not quite there. And, like, I'm sure I'm imagining this based on, not knowledge that there are fewer people there, but it's like, oh, man, that's rough. That's so rough.
It was so surprising. Candace and I were sitting there, and we were just like, oh my god. I swore, I thought I sent you the video in a DM, but
I have no fucking clue.
I'm not sure.
Other wonderful Christina was actually she was our field correspondent during the line for SNS, and right up until the last 45 minutes, there were no more than 75 people.
That's
what?
In the line.
Oh, right, okay.
It was like nobody right up until like 9:30, 9:15, 9:30.
Yeah, hold on. I came back. We got back to the hotel at 9:15 from our flight. And we went up to the room and we came back down around maybe 10. And at that point there was already like a line.
Yeah.
There was and people were just being let in. And last year's Jax Con, it wrapped so many times, like there was not enough people, like a room to fit people.
So for there being 75 people, is Jax a pretty big con comparatively, like the volume that they expect or that has been there?
Yes, comparatively. Let's go
to like Vegas, compared to Vegas.
Yeah. Vegas
is it comparable?
Chicago is number 1.
Okay.
and then I'd put. I've never been to Vegas, so I can't really.
Vegas is pretty big. The point that I'm trying to make here is that, like, for there only to be as like few people as there were well after 9:00, and we could see this because she was live streaming, and I know you fucks are watching, so no, not anything that was a paid event. The line, the line, you know what I mean? So my first Periscope is Vegas last year. And we had about 100 people waiting in line at 6:00. Now this is a big con. It's well after 9, and it's still like just not. It was bleak to see. I don't know.
Yeah, I would place Jacksonville at like maybe number 3 or 4 at the amount of people. Yeah, the amount of people they're expecting. Yes. But based on how many empty seats there were maybe 300 people in their tops.
Oh my god, what?
For what? For SNS?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd have to
like
check.
A Travis panel. That hurts, man.
300 to 400. Like that's the interval I'd give it.
Yeah.
But I'd have to check with Kim, who gave out kazoos, because she had
you find out how much fucking extra
exactly.
You
she had 900 of them, and she had a ton left over. So I'll have to.
Yeah. BurkCon was like that because remember we didn't. I got like 300, and I think her name's like Lark Rain or whatever. This really nice lady also bought some. We had 1,300 glow sticks because like we're just a little too hard in the paint there. Didn't lose the first 300. Like, but BurkCon's a really small con, so
yeah. Would you compare BurkCon with? Ooh, NashCon is actually really small. Nashville. The room size is very small, and every seat is pretty much a good seat.
Yeah. I've only been to, what cons I've been to, so I don't know. But tell us more things that you notice with the weird shit you pay attention to. I say weird, I mean stuff that I love that I'm too lazy to notice.
Yeah, Christina, it seats 2,800 people in Jacksonville. But Christina was saying something about how there are less organic sightings than like previous conventions, and I've noticed that too. It's just that I think Creation is trying to push these are actors and they are only to be paid for. You cannot see them, nor breathe near them, nor look at them without paying for them.
Yeah.
And so it's like, whenever, at one point, they don't really care if you're sitting in the hallway on Fridays. On Saturdays and Sundays, it gets a little. Sundays, they clear the whole floor before they move anyone to a photo op or a meet and greet or anything. And so when there are sightings, I think I said this before, but when there are sightings, it makes people more, oh my god.
Yes. Hold that thought. Actually, don't hold that thought, but I'm going to put down my headphones because I have to pee. Keep talking. It'd be weird if you all waited.
I think it's the unexpected. Why does she keep saying making it weird?
It's Lua. What do you think?
It's because every time she leaves to go pee, we somehow turn the conversation into something horrific. Yeah, why? People really do freak out when they see them in the hallway. I've only had the one experience. Misha walked by, and everyone just forgot how to be a human being compared to how they are in the hall when he's on stage. But yeah, I've only had the one run-in, so I don't have
I've had a couple, and I've usually tried to like keep out of the way because there's people who are way more enthusiastic about it. And I'm just like, hey. It's like, oh, whatever. But people will get so at Jacksonville, they had 3 people jump on Jensen Sunday morning.
What do you like? Define. What happened?
Like run and like attack, hug him.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so this
was at this con?
Yeah, this is at this one. And like, because I have a couple friends who are like higher up volunteers, and I was just talking to them about the weekend, and she was saying that that they've really had to step up security because people and that you don't know who is going to be that person to attack them. Not maliciously, but through that excitement. And it creation kind of pushes it, like by making them even more exclusive, so that when you get that opportunity of a sighting, it becomes that's when it becomes a problem.
Around like people, then
they're not going to be treated like people. Exactly.
Does this happen even like when Cliff is standing there? Because I would. He's a large, scary looking man. If you don't like, why would you want to? I'm sure he's a very nice person. I just when you don't know and that person is standing next to them, I feel like you wouldn't want to do that. You would not want to upset him.
It's more of a not thinking kind of thing. It's more of this excitement builds, and I don't even know where my thing went, and it just kind of comes out in.
I agree with you so much about that. That is a thing that that's what somebody that I don't have permission to quote her, so someone that has attended many cons and who has some great insight on this, commented once that what makes creation thrive is that like they make you know that you are lucky to lay eyes on these gods that you had the opportunity to pay to see. You're welcome. Like that sense of separation is what allows them to charge like $1,600 to sit 8 feet away.
Yeah.
Like they depend on you thinking this is the most blessed moment of your life. And then they penalize you for the possibility that might make someone else react to that impulsively.
Mm-hmm.
But like just like with fucking karaoke, this will not lower the number of assholes who intentionally or unintentionally assault someone. Moving them 3 feet away will not change anything.
Sarah said in the comments, she was like, they need real security. They do. They have it. Like they hire 4, 5, 6 bodyguards at a time.
Imagine the difference it would make if we simply used our words to the people in the room saying, don't jump on a motherfucker. Don't grab somebody you don't know.
I would really like it to be Lua. Can you imagine Lua walks on like, listen, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, then I'll take that job. Then I'll say, I'll sell my soul. Sure. Only for this position will I work for you. That's
no one would step out of line.
Brandy's saying that's why I'm hesitant to go to an SBN con, Lua. I thought because of the way like the spacing is, I thought it was like Lua's why I'm hesitant to go to an SBN con. Look, buddy, me too. I worry about me as well.
Lua, you are very scary, okay?
I am gosh darn frightening. Yeah. Although now that I've made light of your comment, Brandy, I don't actually know why you are hesitant to go to a con, because I was too busy entertaining myself. I'm interested to hear it.
The people who behave inappropriately have no intention of following the rules. But
Can
See,
Lua
I don't-
volunteer?
I
I
don't
already get
agree.
treated like shit for free, bud.
I don't agree with that comment that someone made.
Yeah,
I don't remember
What's up?
that that the people who behave inappropriately have no intention of following the rules. They do. It's just that they're overwhelmed by emotion, and there's
also
it's
no
really easy to not know that you are crossing a boundary if you have good intentions.
Exactly.
We hurt each other on accident. And, like, I talk about this shit all the time. A fan and a celebrity interacting at all, let alone regularly, this is not a relationship there's a huge precedent for. We have to talk about boundaries and talk about the perspectives the other person might have consciously and with each other to make sure we don't fuck up. Because when you don't do that, when you get crazy shit, like some woman at an award ceremony offering her 15-year-old daughter's virginity to Matt Cohen. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, in your head, you have gone to the crazy place. No one has helped you back out. You know what I mean? Like, when somebody on Twitter says, I have this idea for a photo op. It's funny to me. It might not be funny to them. What do you think? And they ask the people around them what they think. They get all these perspectives about, like, okay, what does this mean for you? What does this mean for them? How might they feel? That's the action that we need on everything like this to keep us from making mistakes, because most of us aren't hurting each other on purpose.
Exactly.
Because there's not enough talking about what behaviors aren't acceptable. Everyone just wants to keep the peace, but like, no, we need to, and it's not about being the fandom police. It's about not.
I don't know why the fuck that's a problematic term.
Not letting shitty behavior be normal, because there's a lot of shitty behavior that we just accept as normal, and it shouldn't.
Now there's a difference between someone being overwhelmed by emotion and someone knowingly doing something like
meditating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna pull in just so we're tight on time here, Candace as well. So just letting you know that is a thing.
The groping in karaoke, like, that is inherently like a thing that you know is wrong.
Yeah. But we should all be shaming people for that action.
Yeah, you should.
That is a shitty
for that. Like, you should do that. And it's like, imagine, you know, I grabbed somebody's ass that, like, I don't know, and I certainly don't have their consent in the city of Boston, and somebody turns to me and says, or like somebody fucking stops me from doing that, and I turn to them and say, "What are you, the Boston police?" If the answer is yes, that's not a problem. Like, if you are policed shitty behavior, you have done well.
Are you the police? Why, yes, I am. Actually.
Like, if I'm behaving in a way similar to someone who makes sure criminal things aren't done, yes, thank you, fuck you. Like, I don't know why that's a problem. Candace will get here.
Eventually.
I'm interested to see how AHPL 8 run their con mates, very similar format to Creation. Gosh, we never even get to talking about non-US cons because we're
I have a lot to say about that.
So thick in the fuckery with our own
so sick in the fuckery.
I know that phrase is gonna come back to me now that you've said it again. I know. Yeah.
There's been a few people who've commented that that sees being really shitty with people with disabilities. Just not helping them or shoving them in a corner, even if they paid for a good seat.
I missed that last time we talked about it. What is happening there?
I think it was Stargazer, and also Destiny is saying that too. And Stargazer mentioned, like, okay, so you have counselors for the fans crying, which is fine, it's good, but they don't even give a shit about people with physical disabilities. It's like, why?
That's not to help the fans crying. That's to defuse the fans crying.
Yes, let's diffuse them from. Yeah.
Stargazer, I'm so sorry that you go through that horse shit. I think it gets to be a problem when it's fans talking down to other fans. So Candace is joining us from a wind tunnel. Are you being
Candace driving?
Are you driving,
Oh,
buddy? You better not be driving.
Are you in an Uber?
Okay, hey, say hello to the driver for us. There's 30 of us here. We all wish
Tell him the internet says hi.
him, her, other, the other. Okay, but did he say hi back? I need to know. Okay,
I
good.
heard it.
I feel connected. Yes. Okay. So where are we catching up with you from? You were you sent me the message.
Lua, they're
You wanna
saying they can't see Candace.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Wait, okay, hold on. Candace is blacked out right now, and when Cam...
I can see me.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, now
Candace,
your screen
Candace, it
is
doesn't
gone
help
bright.
them if you can see you.
The entire rest of the internet can't see you, Candace.
I
It's a
even,
problem.
like,
Now she's lit up. You know,
I narrated
the
this
icon...
before we started. But we did the thing, right? We fixed it. We fixed it.
I don't know. Did you fix it?
Oh, they're saying she's appeared now.
All right, so
Yay!
I would like to have a flashback moment with Pineapple where I narrated the thing before we hit start broadcast, where I was like, what was it called? Cameraman. Yes, I would like to do that. And I even read off the option. Make people that join the call not visible until you push the button. I read the whole thing. Read that, and then I read the options that followed that, and I even went back to the first one. I said yes in an improving fashion. I realized now that was a mistake, but we were all there. And
Hey.
Paying attention.
I know I obviously wasn't either because I've done this twice now. Sorry, Candace. What were your thoughts on Jax Con? What does it mean? What does it look like? She's not even paying attention. She's just going
yes, I am.
or something.
I heard Cam talk about the SNS and how sparsely attended it was. Empty seats everywhere, especially in the back, but especially we were sitting in row G, and that's how many empty seats were around us. Those photos that I sent you. At least I could see at least 30 empty seats within the 8 surrounding rows and 5 chairs.
Jesus.
The
chat wants to know where you're going right now, Candace.
Home.
I'm also wondering. Oh, okay.
I'm going home.
Like a hot date or anything, or it's just coming from the airport?
Nope.
Or...
No hot date.
Yeah.
I got in last night at about 1:30. Volunteers. I had a few not so great run-ins with volunteers.
Don't mind me. Go on. I'm listening.
I had a few not so great run-ins with volunteers. Just overall snappy bitchiness.
The same thing that Christina was talking about, actually.
Yeah. I heard her talking about that. But not every volunteer. There were some that were super sweet and kind. But I've noticed this overall momentum of it getting worse and worse and worse.
Okay.
As far as negativity with each con, because I've been to the last 3 cons in a row and 4 out of the last 5, so I sound a little crazy, but whatever.
No, you sound dedicated.
Yeah.
For purposes of science, this is very rewarding for the rest of the people.
This stop sign up here is just fine. Sorry. This part
I'm not going to make the meanest joke ever.
Emily, I think what Emily and Lisa were talking about the entire time. Hold on, my headphones are out.
Candace's rockstar life does not permit,
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Candace. Have a nice evening.
Bye, driver. We love you.
Driver.
Bye. Best driver ever.
They say bye. Who said bye, by the way?
We heard him. It was very exciting.
So Emily and Lisa, who are 2 of my con buddies,
Wait,
that have gone.
Show them the pond. Show them the pond and the moat and stuff.
Okay, when I get there, I'll show you guys.
Because remember the sign that was Creation Entertainment? It was like the embodiment of his pond-related injuries. It'll make sense in a minute, guys.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Strubering.
Sorry, go on.
So Emily and Lisa, who are 2 of my con buddies that they've been to probably 5 to 9 cons total. So quite a few. They were, at one point during the weekend, each one of them said, you know what, I'm really over cons.
Yeah, Emily made the decision to like not that Jax Con was her last one.
Yeah, which a lot of people make that decision and change their mind.
Yeah.
But I've never really heard her speak that way before. And they're both the kind of people that spend quite a bit of money, like $4,000 to $5,000 a con. I mean, Lisa had Misha's meet and greet, Jensen's meet and greet, Jared's meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they were both talking about how the overall feeling was just meh.
So as a quick aside there, are these people that when we talk, sometimes we talk on Twitter about our various dissatisfactions with creation, like complaints about like they don't get back to us or, you know, they kind of take us around on certain stuff. Would you say that they are kind of in that camp as well? They feel that way as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Because I think it's important to be able to represent that to creation if God knows we ever find the energy
These,
to without
you know,
that.
these are people that
Like they spend fucking thousands of dollars, so even though they're one or two people and you think we're not a relevant demographic, it's a serious impact.
No, these are people that go gold every single time they go to a con.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, spend $1,500 to $2,000 on photo ops and probably $1,000 on meet and greets every time they go to a con.
Well, that's only one meet and greet, Candace. That's just Misha's.
True.
True.
Oh, I'm at the moat.
Show them the moat, and then show them the sign.
Can you guys see the moat?
There's a moat.
Oh my god.
Can you see the moat?
I can't. Oh, I see the moat.
Wait, how do I make it stay on Candace's thing?
Click on her.
Is this the...
Okay. Wait, show them the sign.
Okay. Is that the sign?
Yes, this is
Wait,
the
what
sign
does it say?
that right in this beautiful stream, in these condos that have to cost a minimum of like $4K a month, right? You live in this beautiful fucking well-landscaped area with a very expensive like topiary shit and some ponds, and right in the middle of every fucking pond is a big warning sign that says, "Warning, stay out of the pond. High risk of pond-related injuries." And that to me was creation entertainment. Like, you created this beautiful thing and then ruined it immediately by highlighting the ways you as an individual will likely fuck it up if you engage with it.
It's true.
I don't know, this is funny to me because we were just talking about this like months ago as we were walking out of her condo and just lost our shit for like 2 minutes. But yes. Go on. I too want a moat. It's a real good moat.
Taylor asked like what people are like, why everyone's getting burnt out. Like she thinks it's becoming less of a con and more of a show they have to put on.
I want to hear Pineapple's opinion on this.
On the
why
the
people
vibe, the atmosphere dying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've only been to 2 SPN cons, so and Toronto certainly didn't feel that way to me.
So mostly I just awkwardly put you on the spot.
No, that's why we're here. No, I'm interested in seeing what the vibe is going to be like in Vegas, because yeah, I don't know. I felt like it was a happy vibe in Toronto. There wasn't this tired feeling that people were describing, so I don't know if it's more than that.
Candace lives by LAX, which is a horrifying sound you're hearing now.
My bad.
Go inside, Candace.
It is your fault as an individual. You're responsible for that.
I'm trying to be respectful of my roommate that's also inside, so.
Okay, that's cool. Wait, go to the forest.
Okay.
The condo. When I first came to LA, I was staying with Candace, and the complex is so big that we lost each other for 18 minutes trying to both get in the same complex. It's got a forest. It's like an 80s kind of, maybe early 90s Zelda game. Like there's a forest.
I was gonna say,
there's a moat.
Feels like a game.
Yeah. I like the
Okay,
forest.
I'm gonna turn the camera around.
Okay. Look at that shit. Unbelievable.
Oh look, there's another sign.
Yeah. Warning, stay out of streams. Stream injuries can occur. Thank you. Every motherfucking... Thank you for taking us to
Okay.
forest area, Candace.
Jesus.
Into the woods.
So what I was saying
Yes.
is I wonder how much the current American political situation has affected the vibe at the cons, since especially
Wow.
Misha is very
Shade, Canada.
no, but like you're saying the vibe is different, but like your country's on fire right now, so I wonder how much.
I feel so judged by Canada right now. Look, if you want to know what we're doing at any time, Canada, this is always our best.
I'm not assigning blame. I'm saying,
Fuck, man.
your country's
We're trying.
on fire.
Like,
And,
parts of it, okay? Can't.
I think
in-
I
this
first
con-
very
noticed.
flammable.
because you said like the vibe was really bad at BurgerCon too, which was right after the election.
That was
And
rough. That was really rough.
the vibe was really bad at this one, but this was right after the
Actually,
inauguration.
I would change that. Like, the vibe was somber at BurgerCon. It was maybe a little sober, but I felt more connected there than anywhere else, because I mean
Agreed.
that was the con you walked into and you see these people are giving each other safety pins, and you have the signs laid out everywhere, like, this is a safe space no matter who you are. Like, people were hurt and they were fucked up about it, but they were together in that.
And you got like Misha's swollen eyes just all throughout the weekend.
He, like, this man who's worked himself to death just trying to save the fucking world, you know what I mean? And the people that show up behind him trying really hard to do our little part, like, there was that connection was very present. Things were incredibly shitty, but that it wasn't related to how present people were in that experience and what it meant to them.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
Canada.
compared, I think I first started feeling the vibe in Chicago.
I remember that.
Yeah, I just felt something about the con just felt weird to me. Like,
Can you call me
I
from
don't
that
know
con?
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
actually, I sent an email today about to someone about when shit started getting a little weird and kind of falling apart, and I referenced Jax Con 2016. When was that? What time of year is that?
September 11th. September 9 through 11th.
Okay. I derailed you. Go on.
Well, that's all I got.
Who's terminally ill? Who's terminally ill?
I have opinions.
I want to hear all of them.
You want to hear all of them?
No.
What are you reading?
I want to hear
first?
like a couple of them though.
Okay, so you've got this wonderful thing, and it's created this snowball effect of, videos and everybody sharing an online community, and people go to the cons to meet everybody that they've met in the online community and to meet their favorite stars and whatever. And they're very open with us, and it builds all this momentum, and it builds momentum, and it builds momentum, and it builds momentum. And then it's this special, magical, giant fireball of awesomeness, but then, or tape ball of awesomeness. How about that?
I really like the first imagery. Special
But then
giant magical
you have-
fireball of awesomeness. Yes.
But then you have creation that just slowly picks away. Hey, here's a new rule. Hey, we're going to snap at you like shit because you're sitting in the hallway. Hey, we're going to raise the price to $85 so you can't get in the concert. Hey, we're never going to answer any of your concerns when you address us. And it picks 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 until you don't have the big tape ball anymore.
No. You just have the flaming part.
Yeah.
I lost my shit a little bit this morning on Twitter, and I definitely got made fun of a little bit for it. But I'm gonna get like slightly emotional and mostly just try to avoid that happening at all. But nobody that would comment publicly. But I just said I was really tired. It's really tired of just. It would be different if we wanted something because we wanted it, because it was our preference. It's not when we complain, it's because we want to be treated like fucking adults. It's because we want, to say we want respect should not be a thing that has any irony in it. There's no mockery that should respond to it. Like, and oh my gosh, emotions, they're super gross, but I'm at them a little bit. I have been lobbying so long for this fucking live stream thing, and that has not made me a lot of friends, let's say, particularly those that work regularly or closely with creation. They don't like that. They feel that maybe that's stupid, entitled, greedy, all these things.
Jesus.
And it doesn't matter how many times we tell them, any of these people that run this company, to their faces, live streams make people care. They make people feel involved. They bring you money. It's like these words don't matter. So I've spent almost, I'd say about 8 months being talked to like I am stupid, grasping, taking advantage. This thing happens one time. It's fucking beautiful. It was done so well. It went off without a hitch. I saw people had some lag. I didn't experience that. But it was just so good. It was that thing we were looking for, the thing that we were trying to create when we Periscope. You know, we were just trying to share the thing. And Abby was here and she watched it with me, and the guys really threw themselves into it. Like, you could tell that they were really reaching to be in that moment. And the performances were amazing. And I drove Abby home, and we're talking about how great it was. We make it goodbyes, and I sat in her driveway and I fucking cried. Because there it was. It was so simple. They did the thing, and it was fine, and everybody loved it, and it was simple. You know? Why did I spend 8 months saying, please do this, people love this, this is valuable, this brings you things, this gives us things, this makes us want to cooperate and create something not only gainful, but meaningful. I spent this much time being made to feel like trash because of that. Look how well it went. So I got the thing I wanted, and it kind of broke my heart a little. And I didn't know what to do after that. Like, telling them I don't know. I forgot where I was going, but
about that. I don't think creation even looked to see how well RA did. I don't think they even remotely kind of cared.
They do. They know. They do.
But because the next day, I overheard that conversation.
Tell me.
And I was standing and buying a ticket for Misha Auto.
Candace was standing there and heard none of it, by the way. Because I'm clueless like that.
Just thinking about shit. Just thinking about life.
Yeah.
And Connie comes over, and then I don't remember if Gary was there or not, but Connie was there.
Gary was there.
Yeah, Gary was behind them, behind the ticket booth, whatever. And I don't remember what the guy's name, but he's usually always the one selling tickets at the table.
Brian.
Like the nice guy? Oh, okay. That's a super nice guy, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was advocating so hard for live streaming. He was talking to Connie. He was like, so what's happening? Why are you guys enforcing this no live streaming thing? I don't understand. And Connie was like, yeah, because people, they're not just going to get it for free. We have to, or something along those lines of like, we're not just going to release product for free.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he was like, but they end up on YouTube anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. If you didn't hear about it until after it happened, congratulations, it was just a video.
Yeah. And she was like, well, I don't remember what the exact wording of this next part was. She was like, well, it doesn't really matter. We are, oh God, I wish I had like actually paid more attention.
It'll come to you. It'll come to you.
I don't remember what that next sentence was, but she talked about how, well, I kicked a volunteer out in Atlanta, and so we've been trying to enforce it since Atlanta.
Oh no, I wish she hadn't said that.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
Oh, apparently they lost audio on me. Hello? Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Chat, though.
I just see
Oh.
Leslie.
Does everyone hear Cam?
Yeah.
There's like a 20-second delay.
Okay. I guess it's just Leslie.
You said somebody at one point in that conversation said, imagine if you paid all this money
Yeah,
to see the thing and everybody else gets to see it for free.
exactly. Yeah.
Because that's why I buy
But I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If
No
you're
one
buying a
relates
ticket
to
for that reason, that's gross.
The thing is, it's not real. Nobody thinks that way because you can't, like, I can't even psychologically construct a scenario where this makes sense.
There
Because
are people that think that way.
you wouldn't even know till after. Like, why the fandom is because we all love the thing. I'm not saying, like, that should be our cause. I'm saying that's literally the cause. We wouldn't exist if we didn't have that commonality. So
Exactly.
it's like, who goes into something saying, no one will be able to relate to this? You know, like,
No,
that's
they
awesome.
go into it. There are people that go into it. I was there and they weren't.
You know,
Ha, ha,
and
ha.
I don't begrudge them that. That's the thing for, like, the gold panel, right? You have your
Right.
opportunity for that.
And meet and greets and whatever.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a thing where I think we're running into that pigeonhole thing where we just the creation death spiral where we keep wanting to talk about it because we want it to make sense, and the thing is, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Make
Not going to
sense.
make sense.
When people tell you two things that conflict at the same time, we are never going to puzzle it out because you're being lied to no matter how well intended they are when they say both and mean it.
Yeah, so I didn't know about this whole trying to stop people from videoing thing all weekend that was apparently going on because I guess volunteers misunderstood or whatever. Because I recorded during the Saturday night special, and I know that 2 people that work for Creation and several volunteers saw me and never said a word.
Yeah, no, I emailed Stephanie about this, and I was like, I don't even know why the fuck I emailed her, but something like, oh, no, because I was like, hey, by the way, this is the first time in 4 years that not even Jared and Jensen are on YouTube 2 days after the con. And I'm not telling you this because I want it. I'm telling you because I'm astonished that nobody that you work with has any idea what that means.
I have a point to bring up.
Please.
It happens every time. Like, back when I was Pittsburgh.
Oh, what she
Pittsburgh
said
is
was,
the most.
she asked, she's like, who said that? No, it's fine. Who, yeah, it is fine. It's literally somebody's fucking it up, but every time.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
Yeah.
What?
Because in Pittsburgh.
Wait, you lost me. What was that last comment about?
Easy, buddy. It is still allowed. It's been allowed the whole time. But it's just been at least one person consistently fucking it up each con.
Yeah,
So that we
because
One
keep
volunteer?
we keep getting this every time. We keep getting, oh, it's not allowed though? No, it's their training is that bad.
Yeah, because in Pittsburgh, I was the only person live streaming J2's panel. I was sitting there, and a volunteer came over and was like, you can take pictures, but you can't record. And I was like, okay, but Richard just said I could record. So I'm going to record.
It's right there. It's right there in the intro. God damn it.
And she just like, well, no, it's in the rules. I was like, but Richard's just said the rules. He's literally just said video, but in landscape is permitted.
He gave tips.
I love that about you so much because you don't take any shit at all.
I just sat there and was like, I've been to more than one convention. I know the rules. And this lady was just like, she literally had to go and talk to another volunteer or a higher up volunteer. And she never came back after that. But
the rules. I need to kick somebody out because we want to bring in Lex, who's got some commentary on AHBL coming up.
You can kick me out. I need to go inside.
Yeah, flee from the forest, Candace.
I'm just going to the bathroom. I'm going to be right back.
Okay.
Oh, wait, are we all going to take a bathroom break? We're all going to take a bathroom break. Okay, go.
You guys do that, and I'll just sit here awkwardly.
I'll stay on until I get back. How about that?
No, go away. I'm gonna talk so much shit. Great.
Okay, fine. Be that way.
One time, Pineapple covered herself in maple syrup for gishwez, and then they didn't even finish the item, so it was just maple syrup and leaves.
Oh, and no points.
And this is the ritual of her people. And then one time, she saw a moose in the woods, and they scared each other, and she ran away and chased her. And I thought that was, if they had happened at the same time, that would be the most Canadian story I'd ever heard.
That is so true. Well, if they happen to be playing hockey.
Well, no. See, the thing is, because they did not happen simultaneously, and thank God, because I don't know how well you might run naked, covered in maple leaves and syrup. The most Canadian story I've ever heard. What occupies that space now is my friend Allison, who, when there was snow melting in the spring, and you could see slowly uncovering just distant hockey pucks in every direction, just hockey pucks.
Yeah.
Existing ambiently.
Hi. Hey, so before I get off here, I do want to say that Lisa made an observation about how there weren't that many volunteers, or she noticed there aren't as many volunteers as there used to be. I don't know what that means. I think there's probably some truth to that, because I know there's been some volunteer shortages at cons, but
yeah,
it might be relevant to something.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wonder who these people are that are volunteering but don't know what the fuck is up.
Right?
Like, if you don't know something that basic, like, you have to have been exposed to exactly one supernatural convention, just one,
to know.
To know what the deal is. Like,
It's a top-down situation.
But
At least
then
I think that attitude is a top-down situation.
well, yeah, but the only people that put them at the top are us. Like,
No.
No, I'm saying a
not what I
top-down
mean.
thing, like, in any context. So we've got Lex, Candace, I'm kicking you out. I love you. Thank you for calling from the forest and
Bye-bye.
Uber. She just hung the fuck up. She don't care.
She don't care.
Hi, Lex. It's same old. You got such a radio DJ voice. I like it. I'm so sorry. We're doing our best. Oh, fuck. She's not present, is she?
Pregnant, me?
I figured it out. I pushed the button where other people could see her. I did it. I figured it out. I did it. I see you. I got you. See, I figured it out before the chat caught up. Look, buddy. I'm all I've got to work with. Okay. Not
Your
all
brain is a
engines can.
supercomputer.
Not all little engines can.
Yeah, so sorry to crash radio.
Oh my god, you're so Australian.
That was so much.
Hi.
You're so what? What was that?
Wait, you guys
so
all got a pee break.
Australian.
I didn't.
Go pee.
So the short version of this is I had to switch in my phone headphones to be able to talk to you as well. I only have 50% of my hearing, and I can't hear that well in them, so I'm going to doing the best I can. Yeah, is Lou going to pee again?
Yeah.
Excellent. I don't know if anyone is interested in what I have to say, but I just wanted to talk about the con that they're going to be running in May in Australia. All Hell Breaks Loose 8. It's going to be a very similar format to the American conventions, with the exception of Friday night. We're not having Friday panels, and all of the guests will be there on both days. So it's not like Sunday is just like Jared and Jensen Day or whatever. They're going to be there both days, but it's going to be very interesting to see how they run it, how people respond. And they also have volunteers, the company that run it, Hub, like the people that are the minders and the people like corralling you for autos and photos and stuff. They're all volunteers. I just think that this is the first convention where Jared, like in recent memory, where Jared and Jensen have been together in Australia with a very similar format. And because I know you've got Jib and Asylum, but they seem to be a bit different. And I just think that it's going to be very interesting to compare it and see how it goes, and maybe what creation, I don't know, if they wanted to pay attention, could possibly learn. I don't know.
So AHBL is running differently than it has in the past?
Pardon?
AHBL is running differently than it has in the past? Because in the past it's been this lecture format that
Yeah, so previously, so like last year, for example, the mid-year convention was on the Friday night. They had karaoke in Sydney. And then on the Saturday, they had everything happened in Sydney on the Saturday. And then the actors had to fly down to Melbourne on Saturday night, which is about it's a 12-hour drive. I've never flown it. So they had to fly from Sydney to Melbourne, and then they do the whole convention all over again on repeat on the Sunday in Melbourne. So the whole convention was on a Sunday, and then karaoke was on a Sunday night. We didn't get SNS. We didn't get anything like that. So this time we're just having it in Melbourne, and it's going to be over the course of the weekend. But yeah, previously the conventions haven't been.
There were two, and now there's one.
Yeah, there were two.
Yeah,
so
okay. Like, yeah, so they used to be, so I'll just repeat for Lou who just came back. So it used to be Friday night karaoke in Sydney, and then the convention the whole day.
Right.
Everything was squashed in one day in Sydney, and then they had to fly down to Melbourne and do the whole thing on a Sunday in Melbourne plus karaoke that night.
Jesus.
So this time we're having the whole weekend just in Melbourne, and we're getting the equivalent of SNS. Karaoke's on the Sunday night, and we're having a masquerade party with the Hillywood show on the Friday night.
I'm distracted because the chat is talking about how I pee too much. Guys, focus.
I can't see the chat because I'm doing it on my phone because I don't have a fancy headset like you, Laura.
The headset is that not actually related to the chat. I read the chat, not hear it through the headset.
But it looks cool.
I would have. Thank you. I thought it looked cool too. It's the only cool thing you're going for. So, is that a good thing or a bad thing, or what's up with that?
For All Hell Breaks Loose in May, so I think having it over one weekend is good. The fact that it's in Melbourne means I get to go, so I'm, pretty rapt about that. Because if I lived in Sydney, if it was in Sydney, I don't think I could be able to afford that because I'm actually coming to America to do PitCon in September. So
I'll be there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Oh, okay. I'm having a bit of a fangirl moment. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, well, you don't have to you. I mean, you guys. Some of obviously most of you guys have met, but all the way from Australia, me and Becky talking about it sometimes, it's like you guys are so far away. It's like it's hard to explain.
As far as I understand, you guys live in Middle Earth, so you're like, I can't go to it if it's in Melbourne, but I can go if it's in that other place name that I forgot. I'm like, I can't go to Mordor either. I got nothing. We've been interacting for a year, and it just occurred to me we've never actually talked. So nice to meet you, by the way, Lex.
Yes. Nice to meet you. Hi. Yeah, well, you made a GIF of my video, the Tim Tam thing, and it kind of snowballed from there.
It did. Well, I mean, I hope you're not saying that as though you think I forgot, because I do know. I did have I know who you are. No, I did it to Riley though. She was at ACON, and another friend, Riley from Wayward Daughters, another friend I thought was visiting her. So I was like, Riley's here, and other friends on the other side of the country. Oh no, what if other friend went to Riley's house and Riley isn't there? So I saw Riley, and I had 2 hours of sleep, and I was like, hey buddy, what the fuck are you doing here? And I kind of in a much friendlier way, sort of laid into her, I didn't know you're gonna be here kind of thing for 3 minutes, while she's politely waiting to acknowledge the fact that we've never actually met. And I had forgotten that in the moment, and I was like, oh hi, by the way, I'm here. Yeah. You get the Hillwood girls. That's pretty great.
That is cool.
I keep hearing
that was pretty much all I had. Well, I was just going to say that was pretty much all I had to say. I just feel it's going to be very interesting, and also how they handle the security of you were talking about, Jared and Jensen, they had to clear the whole floor for meet and greets and for photos and for orders and stuff like that. The biggest person that we've had here is Misha, and I mean, there was people around him, but they didn't seem to be actual security guards. They just seemed to be hub people. Hub is our I would say that they're probably a bit better than Creation, but yeah, that's the company that runs it.
Yeah.
And I just
Misha
think
usually never has bodyguards or anything.
So let me ask you this, Lex. How does at least Hub? I give them credit for this. They record and they sell DVDs at the con, right?
so.
Hub sells DVDs of the convention, yes.
Yes, they do. They sell DVDs.
And
So
I think that's pretty cool.
you can. Pardon?
I think that's pretty cool. So that happens. How much does that factor into your desire to go? And do videos that come out of creation cons, do they influence whether you're going to go to a con at all?
Well, see, I wouldn't buy a DVD of me personally. I wouldn't buy a DVD of a convention that I hadn't been to.
Okay.
Because I would be like, I want to use it for like, for the memory, or jog your memory, or maybe, you asked a question in a panel and you're like, you'll be able to relive that moment where you got a really funny answer or something like that. Mm-hmm. I have bought the DVDs from all the conventions that I've been to. They do take a while to ship. I have discovered, like.
Do you watch like convention videos generally though?
Pardon?
Do you watch convention videos otherwise, like outside of ones from?
Oh, well, it's really funny that you say that because I just sort of started getting into watching the live streams through my Gishwez team. Paulina Cubby Power, she's on my Gishwez team.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah, she just yeah. Wonderful. So like I just realized you probably don't know, but like I'll tell you who they are later. But so like my Gishwez team is kind of the reason that I got into the American convention angle. I'd already been to Australian conventions, 2 at that point. But I watched a scope of SNS when it was still allowed to be scoped. I fell in love, and that was, I think, I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. I think that was the last SNS that you're allowed to Periscope. Literally the last one.
Yeah,
it was like right. It was right.
That would have been Atlanta.
It was right before Dallas Con.
Was it?
It
was right before
somewhere
Dallas Con.
I don't know when Dallas was, but late in the game then.
Dallas was right after Chicago.
You're asking which con was the last one?
Well, no, because like we could still Periscope in Atlanta because me and Lua were in Atlanta.
It was halfway through Atlanta.
Yeah, they stopped it. Wait, no, you couldn't Periscope because they stopped us from.
No, we got it in Atlanta. I Periscoped Atlanta. It was Sunday morning. Was
okay.
Was the issue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right, because I could Periscope Sunday morning. J2.
I did Periscope Sunday morning, J2, sort of.
Sort of. I loved yours.
Thank you.
But right before Dallas was Chicago, I think.
I don't know if it's right, but I feel like it happened right before all the crap that happened at karaoke in Dallas. I feel like it was around that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was Dallas.
Yeah. With all the stuff with Brianna.
It was just that like those couple of cons where shit just kept spiraling awfully. I think there was one between those. Yeah.
It was Chicago, September, then it was
Chicago. I was like, these aren't the same. Chicago, September, November, Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly.
Did Chicago just become a month?
It did
of the year
for me.
Yes, it did.
Hey, so hold on, never mind. Ignore me.
But it seems like the AHPL setup is looking like how old Creation was back when they were doing Twilight conventions. Which
sounds like an insult.
Because back when they were doing Twilight conventions, they had their they had their panel, and then they had Saturday Night Masquerade. And
we're having the
cabaret.
Talking about the one that's happening in May. The Masquerade.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's something that I noticed. I was like, wow, this setup is looking a lot like early Creation. Yeah. The
yeah. Well, so yeah. So we've got Yeah, so we got the masquerade party on the Friday night. And then during the day on Saturday and Sunday, we've got panels and autos and photos, and all guests are going to be doing autographs and photographs and panels on both days, that's different. Unless maybe that's how they used to do it with creation. And then Saturday night we're getting the equivalent of SNS. That's not what they're calling it, but it may as well be.
That's what I was.
I gotta buy some kazoos, man. And then Sunday. So Sunday night's the karaoke, that's the only scheduling thing that I think is a bit bizarre. Like everyone's gonna be
Tired.
Fucked by the end of Sunday.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I mean, Matt and Rich are gonna be like, they're pretty good at revving up a crowd, but they're gonna be fucked as well. Like, I think that's the only thing I think is a bit of a problem with the scheduling. But we've got no idea we've never had anything like the masquerade party. I've never heard of it at any other convention before, and it's being hosted by the Hillywood show.
That's how they did it with Twilight conventions. Just
Hollywood show.
Back when I didn't even know what Twitter was, right?
Huh.
Yeah, taking it back to like 2007. So I'm gonna address something that Taylor said that in J2M ops you couldn't tell your pose to the guys. You had to tell a volunteer. I didn't notice that, but like if you have a pose on your phone, the volunteer will take your phone and show it to them.
Okay, to make sure you're not like showing them something weird.
Yeah, that's all I saw. People were talking to them and telling them in their poses. I saw one girl directing, like she was hardcore directing.
Oh my god. Because that happened in Dallas. In Toronto, I was permitted to speak to Jensen and Misha.
Oh, how was that for you?
It was magical.
Enlightening.
They weren't really listening.
Yeah, so I don't think it's happening again. I didn't witness that, but
I haven't heard, because I'm sure that's happening. People will be very vocal. Very vocally angry about it. Pauka, I don't know how to read that. Said I saw this.
It's Christina.
I saw this weekend. Oh, okay. I saw it this weekend in Jared Ops. The like telephone game of explain the pose. Is that for Misha? Like we told him our pose, but we didn't have a phone.
Yeah, I just saw them, like, if you had a pose up on your phone, the volunteer would take it and show it to them while you awkwardly stood by and waited for the guys to react or whatever.
Sorry, Lexi, I missed, you said at what con? I don't know what it is I was saying that you're asking about.
I think Lexi was asking about what con was this happening. Originally it happened in Dallas Con, but I don't think it was happening this weekend. At least I didn't notice it, but
maybe it depends on the volunteers.
Yeah, Houston's next, then it's Vegas. Nope. Yeah, then it's no. Yeah. Yes. Houston, Vegas, Nashville. Then nothing in March. Seattle. Then they go to May. Then oh, Alex left. She's back. Then in May is when they have all the international cons, and it goes HBO, Asylum, Jib, Percon. Yeah.
Oh, no one can hear you until Lua gives you. Yeah, no one can hear or see you.
Yeah, because you just entered the call again.
Yeah. No, but this isn't.
It's not your fault.
It's because we're live. It's literally just because we're live streaming and Lua has to give you permission for people to be able to see and hear you, which they cannot right now. So we're just having this weird one-sided conversation.
Yeah, I think it's the same in Nashville this year as it was in last year. It was a really good setup in Nashville. The ballroom was pretty small, so like it was more like wide than it was long.
Is it the one that has like a real stage?
No, that's Minneapolis. But well,
no.
Nashville does have yeah. You're right. Nashville
got like a curtain.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. It's everything's really close. Even like the really far back general admission seats have a really good view.
I remember watching scopes of that one, and the person was moving around because Richard was walking around. And I was like, oh, that looks like it's the best.
I'm pretty sure that was my scope.
Probably was.
Yeah, I was moving at one point because I had like a tripod or something, and I had to like move from one side to the other because I had someone sitting in a second row gold who had the tripod, and I just put it and then leave it.
Oh, okay. Smart. The curtains are really pretty to me. Yes, they are.
Yes, they were. It was a very nice setup. I like NashCon.
Yeah.
Plus, the best
Someone
part
really
was
likes your eyebrows.
I saw that. Thanks. I've done nothing to them. But the best part about NashCon last year was that they had a Ted Cruz and Ben Carson rally.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. They had like this crazy conservative rally going on
at the Jesus convention. And
wasn't someone cosplaying as Jesus?
Yes. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen. And someone who I think Dawn got a photo of it, but someone was cosplaying as Jesus, and they ran into someone cosplaying as Cass. It was great. It was the best.
And
moment.
people were putting the Vote for Misha stickers in the bathrooms, like the shared convention. That was you.
That was me and Dawn, yes.
She looks like TrueFan. Oh, you know what's amazing? SP and TrueFan. Lua. God damn it, Lua.
Lua's gone. Just look at her. And try to. I looked up too, and I was like, oh, my fan's not spinning because I'm kind of cold and I'm not going to turn that on.
Yeah, SP and TrueFan showed up in the chat the other night.
We were happy to have you on our radio show.
Thank you for joining A-Hole Radio.
96.6 experimental jazz. Experimental jazz for a-holes.
We're trying. For the viewers, we're saying goodbye to Lex. No one can hear her, but but she's saying very lovely things. They cannot hear you.
They can't hear you, Lex.
Hear you.
Yeah, because they can't
can't hear you. You're in Google Hangout purgatory because Lua did not give you permission to be visible, so they can only hear us. Bye.
Bye, Lex.
Okay.
Google
She's
Hangouts
like, guys,
purgatory.
my Twitter handle is, and I'm like, they can't hear you. They can't hear you.
We should come up with a jingle for
the
show.
When we ended the stream the other night, Lua just ended with "Eat a dick, Viola," and then booted everyone. So that's her secret.
That's her signature sign off.
Her signature sign off. It's like, and that's how the cookie crumbles.
Except for assholes.
We need to come up with a good one.
I know.
So have you been to Vegas Con before?
I hadn't. I was trying to go last year, but I couldn't. I just didn't have the money.
I hear ya.
But I'm trying to go this year. I should have bought a ticket today because they were super cheap. But I didn't.
Are they?
They were for me. They're
okay.
One flight is like $70 one way, so that's pretty cheap for an Atlanta to LA flight.
That is, yeah.
Because I'd be going into LA and then driving with them to come to Taylor. I'm already going to Seattle. I'm volunteering at Seattle. You can suck a dick. They'll be cheap tomorrow. I'm gonna try to go to Vegas. Don't know if it's possible, but I'm gonna try.
I emailed Creation last night because the Vegas photo ops don't have Robin Rich or Rich and Matt or karaoke. I know karaoke has been adding it later on, but I'm like, it's making me like stressed out that they may not be there all 4 days or whatever, and I'm just like,
I was looking at that and I was like, is this a mistake? I don't know.
They haven't answered my email. They've been answering everybody, like everyone on my timeline has been emailing Creation about something or another today and getting
Did you email directly like Gary or Adam or Stephanie?
No, I didn't know you could do that. I just emailed customer service.
Do it, because usually customer service is really slow. One time I emailed Gary and he gave me a photo op, so I was happy. That was like a year and a half ago. But
oh wow. What did I say about R2M? The R2M ops are listed for Vegas. And Rob and Rich and Matt are all listed individually, but there is no Rob and Rich. No Rich and Matt. Karaoke still isn't listed. And it's stressing me out because those are the ops that I'm going for. Like I'm going for Rob and Rich and Matt. But I mean for everyone, but like those are my
specifics, yeah.
If any of them cancel, I'm so heartbroken.
That'd be so sad. My worst that was like Lewis' curse with Matt not attending like karaoke or something.
No. I'm worried Matt's not going to be there for karaoke.
I know. Oh man.
And like, I'm trying to read the chat.
I don't fly Spirit usually. I try to avoid Spirit. The flight I had found was a Delta flight and an American Airlines flight. So, Lynn, you're trying to go to San Francisco Con? Yes, go to SF.
Cam, you should talk about the thing.
The thing? What thing?
I don't know.
What thing are we talking about?
Taylor is prompting you to talk about a thing.
The thing. Are you talking about the flower thing, Taylor?
Sarah says, just don't send Adam tentacle porn. Yeah, I hope he hasn't seen those tweets. That would make the. I didn't draw him. I drew Lyle. In my defense.
In your defense? I don't know if Taylor is talking about the flower thing or a different thing.
What
I'm
is the
not
flower
sure.
thing?
I'm doing a thing for Misha for his 100th
Oh.
thing for his 100th episode.
Oh, thanks.
And it involves flowers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Taylor, what were you originally referencing? Jesus Christ. Oh, but Vegas, Nashville I'm going to. That's the one I'm trying to do the flower thing at. But having a good conversation with 20 seconds of lag is very difficult.
I would have gone to Nashville if it wasn't like a week after Vegas. If they were spaced out. Just for the richest bus tour.
Is Vegas literally the week before Nashville?
1 or 2 weeks
or
before.
Is I'm trying to do Vegas. I don't know if it's happening yet.
I think it's 2 weeks after.
Okay. I am on very limited funds at the moment. We're like scoping out Lua.
Lua is true fan, confirmed.
It's true. You spin me right.
Why is she tweeting me?
Who, Lua?
What? 15 minutes ago, she tweeted me, yo.
Yo, 15 minutes ago?
Yeah.
What a loser.
Am I not being entertaining enough?
Apparently not.
All right.
Maybe you should tell a story.
I should pull my fucking co-host weight around and make this take us out of this hole we fall into. Oh no, thank God she's here.
That is never the right string of words. Oh no, thank God she's here. Is that it? Are we wrapping it up for the evening?
We good.
I don't know. What do we have left to talk about?
Was there anything else on the agenda? Is there anything else we want to talk about? Jax Con or?
Well, I actually need about 2 more minutes before I can answer that question.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Okay. Why were you tweeting me?
I don't know.
You know, and disappears again.
Pow just tweeted, I miss Violu on the radio. Which Violu responded, I bet Poptimus doesn't.
Are you able to invite Violu?
I don't know why I'm like talking into the mic that is not plugged in. Well, I mean, it's just earphones. I have a mic on my talking to the wrong mic.
Wait. Are you, as co-host, able to pull in people?
Oh, is that what she's doing? Or is she just getting beer again? Is that what she did?
I think Lou is just hiding. But are you able to pull in people?
I do not know how. I know someone else managed to do it. Who am I pulling in?
Violu. Yeah.
Lou's gonna be like,
God damn it, Violu.
How do I?
Okay. Yeah, I got nothing. I think we probably shouldn't be reaching, you know what I mean? If we got something, we got something. If we don't, we don't.
The chat is staging a coup.
Are they? What would they like?
Violu.
I don't care.
They're calling for Violu.
Cool.
Just copy the link of the call. Oh, okay. Now I understand how to do it.
As long as you don't need me for this, that's fine.
No, I think we're wrapping it up.
it's up to you. I have some work I need to get done, but I mean, you are a moderator, Pineapple, on this channel. So, do you want to leave it open or cut it off?
Oh no, I think we've reached a natural conclusion.
I think we have.
Natural end. Hi, Brazil.
Leslie says, I want to hear Lewis say "eat a dick" again. Leslie, eat a dick.
It's not your
yeah.
birthday, Taylor. What's your favorite prank on set?
Yeah.
Well, on that note, guys.
Brazil loves you. Oh. I like how she just noped out instead of kicking us out.
I know, right? Like, we could go on forever.
Oh my gosh, we have control of Lewis. Again, I'm like, we have control. This is not.
We have control.
This is not a functional microphone.
We can bring in anyone we want.
We could just create such chaos. Just send invite links.
Yeah. Posts link into Misha's DM.
Yeah. Click on this.
Hey, do me a favor. Click here.
Too bad it warns you before it throws you into the
I know. It's like, oh, you're about to go live. Are you prepared for this? No, never. Yeah, Lou was like, I'm out. Everyone seems to be going, okay, I guess.
All right.
I guess we should leave.
I don't have a good exit.
I know. What's a good? You could pull a Charlie. Peace out, bitches.
Peace out, bitches. Oh, Charlie.
Oh, we sad. All right.
All right. Well,
good night, motherfuckers.
And I hope you go to Vegas Con. Make bad decisions.
Make bad decisions.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
And on that, make bad decisions.